presentation today was to introduce practitioners and leaders in the FET sector to kind of global themes and tensions in inclusive education, and the fact that not everybody agrees, and there's a lot of grey areas in this space, and different countries are doing different things, some better than others, and I also wanted to outline where Ireland is at relative to other countries in relation to how we engage with inclusive education, how we're adopting universal design through our policy but also through practice on the ground.
I like to share with the audience my dilemmas about future of lifelong learning and adult education and further education, especially in uncertain times, because in times of uncertainty it's very difficult to predict what will be next year, months, or how can we cope with all those fears and hopes we have in today's environment.
My sister encouraged me to take part because it was at a time in my life where I was struggling, and I progressed on with the encouragement from my centre manager to take part in other courses, like I did communications, word processing, and then I went to upholstery, which gave me a whole new lease of life, and then on to horticulture. And it's through these courses that I've regained my confidence, and I have something to look forward to, something to work for, something to work towards. And I would highly recommend taking on any course to anybody who's scared to take that initial first step. It's absolutely 100% worth it.
Well, I think there's huge benefits for us as a sector just to have a moment to reflect on what we actually mean by inclusive practice and inclusivity and diversity in the sector. And I think Joanne's presentation today got me thinking about the grey space that we're talking about what we consider inclusion to actually be. And I suppose I took it being an entirely whole organisation approach to inclusion, that we all need to think about this. It's all our responsibilities. And as a sector, we really need to work together to make sure that there's genuine inclusivity and that we actually embrace diversity rather than working to manage diversity or manage the inclusivity through systematic means. We need to make sure that it's actually genuinely, and we're getting the benefit of that diversity in the classroom, in the education experience, in the learning journey for all learners, so that it's a two-way process really right across the spectrum. So
I'm really looking forward to the day today, and especially in terms of learner inclusion and PD for staff.
And I just think it's lovely to be here and see all the enthusiasm in the room for inclusion and diversity and bringing the organisation forward. It's actually really, really inspiring, and I just loved hearing all the learner stories about how they have access to education in so many different ways and brought that through into their own lives, and now they're sharing their passion with others. So it's a really inspiring event.
Well, for me personally, by being listened to when I went back into a course in computers, I found my own voice again, my true authenticity of who I was as a person. When I started out, I would have had the stuffing knocked out of me in terms of life, a lot of difficult experiences. So going back into a course in FET, it just gave me a new beginning, a sense of who I was as an individual, not somebody with a disability. So listening to the learner voice then can have an effect on every learner that enters into a course for the good.